Hey, I'm Kyle. One of the things that I think is really, really, really big to realize is it can be easy to link our success in some areas to our emotions and also link other people's success in some areas to their emotions. For instance, I know a lot of people that feel they don't have a right to feel what they feel because their circumstances are fine. Like I actually know a person I was talking to earlier today who said, I don't even know what I'm complaining about. Like my circumstances are fine. My bills are paid for. There are other people that have worse things than I have. And what she's doing in that moment is saying that my emotions must be valid and must be tied to my financial success or my luck as far as being college educated or being able to do what I want. And I want to offer that even though in some ways they can be related, I'm not saying we don't have emotions if we're financially unstable or if we're unemployed or, in a bad area or anything like that. What I am trying to say, though, is that whatever emotion you have a right to feel because we often shame other people for having certain emotions. Like, what do they know? They're successful. They don't know anything about real pain like this other group or these other people. And what I think the greatest day in the world is going to be is the day that we realize all of us on the planet in one way or another are suffering. Everybody is feeling pain. And I was just talking to someone recently about another person in their life who's a man who is dying from drinking so much. He has liver failure and he's dying. And I noticed this desire to cry when I heard about it. I just felt for him because he probably, I don't know at all, but he probably is a man who is feeling that he has to silence his feelings because he doesn't know how to talk about them. And I understand some people do know how to talk about them. I understand there are places that people can go to. But I just want to offer that everybody is feeling something. And I just felt for this guy because he's quietly just drinking himself to death and doesn't probably feel like the emotions that he has are worth talking about, or nobody's interested in hearing them, or he has no right to talk because of his success in other areas or whatever else. And I know a lot of people, men, women of all ethnicities, all everything, feeling that way. People thinking, I shouldn't feel what I feel because I know other people have it worse than me. Or that person shouldn't feel what they feel because they have it better than other people. I really think the greatest day in the world is the day that we realize all of us are hurting and all of us are in this together and all of us have an opportunity to release. And your freedom and my freedom is the day I realize or you realize for yourself that everyone's feeling that way. Because when you stop thinking the other way, you stop isolating yourself from other people and saying, I'm different because I'm this financial situation, I'm this age, I'm this gender, all these different things that create separation. The minute you go, all of us are in some sort of pain. You might release your separation. You might release the you that says, that you don't have a right or they don't have a right. Even when you think someone else doesn't have a right to feel, you're making yourself suffer, right? Because they're still you. And as you move into a true place of oneness, you'll realize all of us have different levels maybe, or different ways, but different clumps in our body. And one of the things that adds to all of our suffering is a belief that we don't have a right to suffer or we don't have a right to feel what we're feeling. In any emotion, in any body, is legitimate and deserves to be heard. It doesn't matter who it is that's hearing it. It deserves to be heard because our suffering is the subconscious not being brought to the conscious, no matter who you are. And the second we take the subconscious and say what hurts, no matter who you are, that minute it gets freed, right? Your subconscious emotions aren't biased to your financial success. Your subconscious emotions aren't biased to your gender or your story or your history or your ethnicity. An emotion is an emotion and it's valid, even if it comes from what you think isn't that big of a deal. It's there, so it's legit. And our job is to open up and be present for any emotions in ourselves or anyone else, no matter who they are, as long as it feels safe for you to do so. But know that you will stop suffering the second you start to understand all of us are suffering and all of us are in this together. And all of us can heal together the second we acknowledge that we're not separate and everyone is in this together. We're all in this together, and your emotions deserve to be freed no matter who you are.